Hello friends, welcome again. Current affairs is very important for your upcoming government jobs. SN Academy will provide you the best material for national and international news. So keep watching and study hard. 10th December 2020, the first news is Kuwait Emir Sheikh Nabaf Al Ahmad Al Sabah has reappointed Sheikh Sabah Al Khalid Al Sabah as Prime Minister. The move comes 2 days after Sheikh Sabah submitted his government's resignation in a procedural step following preliminary polls. The country's ruler accepted the premier's resignation before reassigning him to form the upcoming government. Sheikh Nabaf, who took over the leadership of the Gulf state in September after the death of his brother, also asked Sheikh Sabah to nominate members of a new cabinet. The new cabinet would have to be approved by the Emir. Important keys: Kuwait capital is Kuwait city and Kuwait currency is dinar. Next. Bank of Baroda has recently launched the Atmanirbhar Women Scheme as part of its Baroda Gold Loan. This scheme aims to target the self-reliant women in India. Under the scheme, the bank is offering loans at 0.50% concession for women. The bank under the gold loan scheme is offering agri gold loan at 0.25% concession and for a retail loan at 0.50% concession. The Atmanirbhar scheme is exclusively meant for helping women to be self-reliant. The scheme was launched at BOB's Ramamurthy Nagar branch in Bangalore and simultaneously in 18 branches coming under 18 zones in the country. Important keys: Bank of Baroda headquarter, it is in Vadodara, Gujarat, India. Bank of Baroda chairman is Hasmukh Adhia and MD and CEO of Bank of Baroda is Sanjeev Chadha. Next. Fitch Ratings has revised the GDP growth rate for India in its global economic outlook and now expects the economy to contract 9.4% in the current financial year 2020-21 as compared to minus 10.5% forecast earlier. Fitch has also projected the financial year 22 GDP growth at 11% and 6.3% growth in financial year 2023. Next. The Japanese research and brokerage house Nomura has projected India to be the fastest growing Asian economy in 2021. Nomura has estimated the gross domestic product growth of India for the calendar year 2021 at 9.9%. For the calendar year 2020, Nomura expects GDP growth at minus 7.1%. Next. Zena Woolgridge from England has been elected as the World Squash Federation president. She will become the 10th WSF president to serve since the federation's inception in 1967. She is the second female president after New Zealand's Susie Simcock. She replaces outgoing president Jacques Fontaine from France. She previously served 6 years as president of the European Squash Federation between 2013 to 2019. Important keys: World Squash Federation founded on 1967 and the headquarter it is in Hastings, United Kingdom. Next. The International Golf Federation elected Annika Sorstmann as it is new president effective January 1, 2021. IGF President Peter Dawson is stepping down after 10 years of leadership and service. Sorenstam, a 72-time winner on the LPGA Tour and former number 1 from Sweden. Important keys: International Golf Federation founded on 1958. Headquarter it is in Lausanne, Switzerland. Golf became an Olympic sport again in 2016 after 112 years. Next. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has grabbed the 41st spot in the 2020 list of Forbes 100 most powerful women in the world. This is the second time she features in the list. In 2019, ranked at 34 and ranked 41st in 2020. India's leading businesswoman Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, chairman of Biocon Limited, also featured in the list at 68th position. The list also saw the biggest jump in ranking to third position by Kamala Harris, Vice President-elect of USA, and Prime Minister of Bangladesh Sheikh Hasina Wajed is ranked at 39. Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany, is topped. Important keys: Forbes is the 103-year-old American business magazine issued weekly. Editor-in-chief is Steve Forbes and first issued in September 1917. Next. The World Economic Forum (WEF) has decided to host its 2021 annual meeting in Singapore, which earlier was scheduled to take place in Burgenstock, Switzerland from 13 to 16th May 2021. The decision to shift the annual forum from Switzerland has been taken in view of the COVID-19 situation in Europe. This would be second time since its inception in 1971 that the forum will be held outside Switzerland. In 2002, the forum was held in New York to show solidarity with the American people in the aftermath of 9/11. The meeting is generally held in Davos, Switzerland, but amid COVID, the meeting was first shifted to Lausanne-Ballstock, Switzerland in October 2020. Now again the venue has been shifted to Singapore. It would return to Davos, Switzerland in 2022. Important keys: World Economic Forum headquarters, it is in Switzerland. World Economic Forum founder is Klaus Schwab, and World Economic Forum founded on January 1971. Next. Madagascar has replaced the Maldives as the host of the 2023 Indian Ocean Island Games due to concern over the COVID-19 pandemic. The event had been awarded to the Maldives last year, but members of the Indian Ocean Island Games Federation voted to move the games to Madagascar. The decision came as a result of the challenges the Maldives is facing in organizing the event during the coronavirus crisis. The Maldives had requested pushing back the 2023 games to 2025, but the IOIGF was keen to avoid a 6-year void between editions of the multi-sport event. Important keys: Madagascar President is Andry Rajoelina. Madagascar currency is Malagasy Ariary. Next. Human Rights Day is celebrated on 10th December annually across the world. This day came into existence on December 10, 1948, when the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the United Nations. This day is observed every year across the world as it empowers us all. The day also acknowledges the advocates and defenders of human rights around the world. This year's theme of Human Rights Day is Recover Better, Stand Up for Human Rights. This year's theme relates to the COVID-19 pandemic and focuses on the need to build back better by ensuring human rights are central to recovery efforts. Thank you. Keep watching.